2024 September 28. Daily Bread Passage. 2 Samuel chapter 13 verse 23 to 39. Key verse. Verse 30. Title: Jesus stops the cycle of sin. 2 years later, when Absalom's sheep-shearers were at Baal-Hazor near the border of Ephraim, he invited all the king's sons to come there. Absalom went to the king and said, "Your servant has had shearers come. Will the king and his attendants please join me?" "No, my son," the king replied. "All of us should not go, we would only be a burden to you." Although Absalom urged him, he still refused to go but gave him his blessing. Then Absalom said, "If not, please let my brother Ammon come with us." The king asked him, "Why should he go with you?" But Absalom urged him, so he sent with him Ammon and the rest of the king's sons. Absalom ordered his men, "Listen. When Ammon is in high spirits from drinking wine and I say to you, 'Strike Ammon down,' then kill him. Don't be afraid. Haven't I given you this order? Be strong and brave." So Absalom's men did to Ammon what Absalom had ordered. Then all the king's sons got up, mounted their mules and fled. While they were on their way, the report came to David, "Absalom has struck down all the king's sons, not one of them is left." The king stood up, tore his clothes and lay down on the ground, and all his attendants stood by with their clothes torn. But Jonadab son of Shemaiah, David's brother, said, "My lord should not think that they killed all the princes, only Ammon is dead." This has been Absalom's express intention ever since the day Ammon raped his sister Tamar. My lord the king should not be concerned about the report that all the king's sons are dead. Only Ammon is dead. Meanwhile, Absalom had fled. Now the man standing watch looked up and saw many people on the road west of him, coming down the side of the hill. The watchman went and told the king, "I see men in the direction of Horonaim, on the side of the hill." Jonadab said to the king, "See, the king's sons have come, it has happened just as your servant said." As he finished speaking, the king's sons came in, wailing loudly. The king, too, and all his attendants wept very bitterly. Absalom fled and went to Talmai son of Ammihud, the king of Geshur. But King David mourned many days for his son. After Absalom fled and went to Geshur, he stayed there 3 years. And King David longed to go to Absalom, for he was consoled concerning Amnon's death. After Tamar was raped by Ammon, Absalom began to plot his revenge to kill Ammon. He planned a great feast and asked King David to send Ammon. Just as David had sent Tamar to Ammon, David sent Ammon to Absalom. Although David inquired of God in many great battles, he failed to inquire of God in everyday matters as well. When Ammon was high in spirit from wine, Absalom ordered his men to kill him. This news reached the king, and Absalom fled. David's sin with Bathsheba bore consequences. His sons acted the same way he did, committing adultery and murder. Once sin entered his life, it did not stay quietly in a corner. It grew until it also devoured his household. Who can rescue us from this endless agony caused by sin? Only Jesus, by his blood shed on the cross, can break sin's cycle, make us clean, and renew us. We sometimes struggle with the same sin, over and over, and despair in front of the power of sin and our weaknesses. But Jesus has overcome the world with his death on the cross. As we approach Jesus daily, he will free us from the bondage of sins and make us anew. Prayer. Jesus, help us come near to you through your words each day. One word. Jesus frees us from our sins.